Welcome to the MSDW podcast. I'm Jason Gumpert, editor at MS Dynamics World. On this episode, Evenica's Kelly Mazur dives into the world of modern e-commerce technology, breaking down the key differences between headless commerce and composable commerce. Evenica is the sponsor of this episode, and Kelly unpacks these buzzwords, explaining what they mean, how they work, and which strategy might be the best fit for your business. She also shares practical insights and real-world examples of third-party applications that integrate with Microsoft Dynamics 365 Commerce to help create tailored, innovative solutions. So, whether you're an e-commerce novice or a seasoned pro, this episode provides advice to level up your commerce game. We'll explore the future of e-commerce architecture and offer tips on how to build a solution that works for you. All right. Well, Kelly Mazur, welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad to talk with you again, and this time to really start to get into the differences between headless commerce and composable commerce, what it all means for the space, and hopefully to educate our listeners a bit. So, Kelly, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. My name's Kelly Mazur. I'm the marketing director at Evenica. Evenica is one of the leading implementers of D365 Commerce, and then we have a growing portfolio of our own IP that extends and amplifies the capabilities of commerce. And I'm really excited to be here today and talk about the difference between headless commerce and composable commerce and the benefits of both, because anyone that's worked in the commerce space, these aren't new terms to you, but I feel like the larger partner network and customers are slowly really catching up to these strategies. And right now, we have customers asking us about headless commerce and composable commerce on a daily basis. So I think this is a very timely discussion and a great opportunity for us to educate the audience on what those strategies are and when to use both.
All right, excellent. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to learning a bit more here. So yeah, why don't we start with headless commerce? How do you define headless commerce?
Yeah, so if you picture a commerce platform, there's a front end and there's a back end. The front end is your CMS that controls the look and feel, and the back end is your commerce engine where all of the product data lives. So in a headless commerce scenario, what we're doing is we're decoupling the front end and the back end. So with D365 Commerce, you can harness the power of the commerce scale unit and leverage that commerce engine that they have while using a third-party web front end that meets your specific needs. So D365 Commerce, it sits on top of the ERP data storage in the ERP runtime, and all of the products, customers, and categories that are defined within the ERP can be assigned to retail channels within the commerce platform. And Microsoft actually gives its customers the ability to use a composable front-end solution atop of their RESTful APIs, which is just a wonderful way for customers to have full control over what they want the front end of their website to do and what those capabilities are, while still harnessing the power of D365 Commerce on the back end.
All right. And what is composable commerce by contrast to that?
So composable commerce is when you look at each of the individual capabilities available within a commerce platform, and you select certain ones to eject and replace with a third-party vendor. So D365 Commerce, it's headless, but it's also a composable commerce engine. So you have full control over which native capabilities you want to use and which ones you'd prefer to replace with third-party vendors. So a good example of this for commerce would be bringing a partner like Explogix in for CPQ or Blue Horseshoe for shipping. And Evenica also has a portfolio of IP called E for Dynamics, and these are a collection of micro apps that can extend or replace the capabilities of commerce. So an example of that would be we have a B2B customer hierarchy contact model that allows multiple B2B website users to register, shop, and create orders for the same organization without the need to create any new customer records. It seamlessly works in context of the user's customer account, including the pricing, catalogs, addresses, shipping rules, charges, all of that. So that's just one great example of bringing in a third-party solution where there's either D365 Commerce isn't meeting your needs, or you need to extend and do something a little bit beyond what they offer.
All right, pretty interesting. So really some differences there. Perhaps not always totally clear which strategy is best and when. I'm sure you get that question. How do you discuss that?
Yeah, so when it comes to headless commerce, this is a really great strategy for any customer that requires highly detailed control over their front end. So I see this a lot in retail customers, but really any customer that has that specific front end experience that they want to create, and it requires capabilities that extend beyond Microsoft's Site Builder. And Site Builder is the CMS that is built into D365 Commerce. So Evenica's E for platform is a headless e-commerce platform that can be used on its own, but it can also be used as a CMS and act as the front end when we couple it with D365 Commerce as the back end. And we designed that to be extremely agile to fit the needs of our customers. And there's plenty of other front ends out there as well that can tie in to a headless commerce scenario. So that's really just headless commerce is anyone that wants full control over their front end. Whereas composable commerce, where we see that being a great strategy, is we see it come up across all industries, but we certainly notice patterns across specific industries. So Evenica does a lot of work in beverage and cannabis, and that is obviously the online sale of controlled substances. So our product and service eligibility micro app is something that is used by almost all of our customers in that industry. And that is an example of composable commerce where within that industry, there are certain features that they might need to eject and replace with a third-party vendor that is more specific to that industry. And another example would be the complex needs of manufacturing customers, because in those cases, a lot of them have huge product inventories and a lot of complexities around how you pair those combinations of parts or products together. So in each industry we work in, it has its own nuances. And this is where we see third-party vendors really enhance out-of-the-box capabilities of D365 Commerce.
All right. And I think maybe the next logical question there is, can these strategies or can these capabilities be used together?
Yeah, absolutely. So a good example of this would be if you're using D365 Commerce as the engine, Evenica's E for platform as the web front end, and then you could add in any number of third-party vendors to replace native capabilities to create a solution that is completely custom to your business. And some of the other micro apps that we've been seeing quite a bit lately to add to that composable commerce experience, Evenica has a quick order upload tool that streamlines the ordering process for B2B customers. So customers can quickly and efficiently place orders by entering the unique SKUs of items directly into a web page. Or customers can perform a client-side upload of files through their web browser, which will automatically identify, populate, and add the specific items to their shopping cart. So that's another example of a specific use case that, in this case, a B2B customer would need that isn't natively available within commerce. So they may choose to turn off certain capabilities within D365 Commerce and bring in something like Evenica's quick order upload.
So you've talked about some of the specific software and some of the solutions that really meet some of these needs. Are there other software products, other solutions that commerce customers are using today?
Yeah, so nearly all of our customers are using D365 Commerce as the foundation of their commerce solution. And then they're layering third-party apps. So obviously, because Evenica has our own IP, we do have a really good mix of D365 Commerce and Evenica's IP. And then there's a lot of other great applications from other Microsoft partners that are on AppSource, which is a really good place for our customers to see where else they need. And, we work with a lot of other partners as well to see what could be needed and what could enhance that experience. Another one that's come up a lot lately is order history search. So a tool that allows users to search through their order history using criteria such as a sales order number or a date. And this feature enhances the user's ability to quickly locate specific orders, maybe review them, maybe place them for reordering, or maybe they just need it for record keeping. And this capability is particularly valuable for businesses that handle really large volume of orders. So that's another Evenica micro app that has been coming up a lot lately. And I will actually just add, while we're talking about software and solutions, that everything within D365 Commerce is composable with the exception of workflows, extensibility, and security and performance. But beyond that, absolutely everything, customer has the control to select what features and capabilities they want turned on or turned off and where they want to bring in a third-party application.
Really interesting. And it's such a great way to understand what the technology options are out there, I would say. So, Kelly, thank you so much for helping us to break down some of these differences and really put it into context for us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I think, a headless commerce solution or composable commerce solution, it gives customers that opportunity to create a solution that's best of breed and really find a solution that is going to work with their business, grow with their business, be future-proof, and help them get that to that next level of success that they're trying to get to. And at Evenica, we're just excited to be part of that journey with our customers and bringing in other partners along the way as well.
This has been another episode of the MSCW podcast. My thanks once again to Kelly Mazur for joining me. For more information about working with Evenica, please visit evenica.com. And that's it for this episode. If you want to get in touch with me, you can send me an email, jason@msdynamicsworld.com. For all of our updates, please do follow us on LinkedIn. Until next time, this is MS Dynamics World, signing off.